Well, hello, my beautiful balancing Libras. Happy birthday to you guys. So, I'm only going to leave myself on camera for a minute because you guys are Libras and I know it's going to drive you crazy because it's lagging. I'm on travel, so I'm having to use a different camera. So, I just wanted you guys to see my face, and then I'm going to be talking about what's going on for the rest of October and pull some cards, okay? So, let me take myself off of here. I'll see you. Okay. So, welcome everyone. We're going to be talking about what's going on for the rest of October. So, today, October 13th, what happened the last 1.5 weeks was I'm so sorry, hold on just a second. Okay. So, what happened these last 1.5 weeks was we had Venus going retrograde, but we had Pluto go direct. So here's you, Libra. And then we had the new moon. So we had the new moon in your sign. So you had these new beginnings going on. But you had Pluto that had been retrograde going direct. And so now we have Mars going direct. Mars is direct. We have Pluto direct. We have Saturn direct. We have Jupiter. Of course, we have the moon. We have Mercury, and we have the sun. And Venus is retrograde. So, I did say that, sorry. And so, with Pluto going direct, even though Pluto's like that underlying soul's path, I'm going to do a Pluto series, but I wanted to let you know what was going on because this has been going on a while, since 2008, but I kind of wanted to let you know where you were at and what this retrograde was about. Now that it's gone direct, what could be happening. So, Pluto in Capricorn, for you guys, it's in this placement of where you want to feel safe and secure and comfort and happiness, right? So in 2008, a lot of that was changing for you about what that was about where you had come from, about why your parents or your family or your lineage did the things that they did and how you were so different and the same, and kind of that thing was going on. But Pluto is the planet of transformation. Pluto is, it's not a planet, it's a planet comma. It changes, dwarf planet. So Pluto is that energy of transformation, death, and rebirth. It's also here to teach us your power, right? Having your power, about transformation, about evolvement, right? And so Pluto, wherever it's at in your chart, is where it's leaving. That's where you're going to leave your lineage. I'm sorry, that's where you're going to leave your legacy. But with it being in this house, this is sort of transforming and evolving that for you. Now, again, this has been going on since 2008. So now in 2018, you've come to sort of this place of understanding, and this was through, first figuring out your lineage and your home, and your home being physical as well as being the emotional part of you. So what Pluto is teaching you, it's transforming your ego, and it's teaching you resilience, and it's teaching you the so it's teaching you not the not needing codependency, right? So it's teaching you that you can stand on your own. It's helping you understand your power. And so Pluto also teaches you that you are all you need to have safety and security and comfort and happiness, right? And it also teaches you that you have the power to create anything that makes you feel safe and secure and comfort and happiness, right? And it also, with that power comes courage to live the life from what you have inside and bring that out to the world. Does that make sense? So that's basically what Pluto is teaching you in this house, helping you understand, helping you take back your power, helping you do that. And so it had been retrograde in April, and then at the beginning of this month went direct. So again, retrogrades, if you saw my other videos, and I'll attach them at the end of this video or in the description box below, Pluto or retrogrades teach you about amending and revising and reworking and organizing and planning. And so maybe what you, by 2017, the beginning of 2018, you kind of broke away from, okay, this is where I'm from, but it's not, doesn't necessarily define all of who I am. And so maybe by that retrograde, you were having to evolve more into I'm adjusting. Maybe I don't want to completely disconnect from who, where I came from. Maybe I do want some of those things in my life. Maybe I do want some of those people in my life. Maybe, so the kind of that may have been going on for this retrograde, but now that it's direct, this is about you feeling more comfortable in that. This is about you really understanding that you can create your world, that you are creating your world from your emotions and your ego inside you to create the world outside of you. Does that make sense? To have the world outside of you. And so what you're learning this year is not to worry so much and to trust that everything does work out, to trust yourself, right? So that's what's going on with Pluto. We have Saturn in there, so of course there's delays. Of course, if you've seen my Saturn video, if you haven't, I'll attach it as well. The Saturn is about delays. It's about teaching you to overcome your fears. It's about facing your fears. It's about Saturn has your hopes and dreams, and he'll give them to you. But he needs you to keep your eye on the prize, and he needs you to show him the work, and then he will gift you with these things, right? And so that's what's been going on from the beginning of October. I mean, even more so, but the beginning of October is where you saw some maybe progress in that, right? So now that we're at the 13th, so the 13th, then, I'm sorry, and then before then, Venus went retrograde. So now Venus is retrograde in this area of life of your finances and the area of life of your value, the value you put to yourself, the money that you earn, the way that you earn the money, like what is of value to you and what's valuable to you, right? So that's where Venus is. And again, retrogrades are about amending and reworking. Well, on the 13th, we have Venus. If you look here, it's squaring Mars. And so Mars is that very direct planet. He's the god of war. He likes to take action before he thinks because he's the warrior. And so he's squaring Venus today. And so squaring Venus, this is having you redo, re-amend, or amend, redo, rework some things in the way that you're making money, in the way that you value yourself, in what you're actually wanting and how you're wanting to do your finances, right? And so with Mars being in this house of creativity, house of love affairs, you could, some of you, because there's a tension here, there could be someone from your past coming back in, or there could be someone new that's going to start this love affair with you, or may have already started it with you, because this is where Venus is already retrograde. But there could be some tension where maybe this person you were letting go, and then they're coming back, and there's some tension because you're trying to figure out, do I let them completely go or do I not? Like, this is going to be working, but especially today there is this tension. So look for that. Look for some indication about that. Again, this Venus retrograde isn't going to be solved, or you're not going to move completely forward until December, but I'm going to do the Venus retrograde series. So that's happening on the 13th. Now on the 14th, tomorrow, we have, on the 14th, we have, again, Venus squaring Mars, but we also have Mercury in there, right? And so Venus squaring Mars, 13th, 14th, and then Mercury's in there as well. So there's a message coming to you. So today or tomorrow, there's going to be some sort of message, some sort of understanding, some sort of processing about the way that you earn your money, or because Venus and Mars are both, like they could be relationship and this is in your love affair or something that you're trying to create. It could be somebody from your past coming back, okay? So, um, the next thing is from the 13th through the 17th. So the 13th through the 17th, um, we not only have Saturn, so we'll do like, I think it's the 16th, some is the 16th, some is the 17th. So like today through the 16th, we have Saturn, which again is in this house where it makes you feel safe and secure. You have the moon right there, but it's where you feel safe, secure, comfort, happiness. There's a trine going on here with Uranus, right? And so Uranus is in your, what is it, sixth? This is your fifth, sixth, seventh. This is your eighth house of shared resources. So there's something going on with the way that you feel comfortable, the way that you feel happy, the way that you feel secure. This is something you've been working on, but Uranus is here. There's an opportunity to shift this. So with this being this house of shared resources, it could be that your spouse receives something, or it could be that you get that grant, that loan, maybe the inheritance, something could be coming through, or you could get some news about it, or something that you may have to rework, an opportunity, like maybe you thought you weren't going to get this loan, and then this opportunity comes up to fill out the application again and do it in a different way, and then you'll be able to get the loan. Like something like that could happen where this shifts it, okay? So just look for that between today and the 16th or 17th, depending on where you live in the world. But then on the 16th, 17th, and 18th, we have Mars is going to square Mercury, which there's a message coming in, again, having to do with your finances, having to do with something you're creating, having to do with a love affair. But it's with this message, that with this square, there could be some tension here. Maybe you offend someone, maybe someone offends you in this area, maybe they don't say the thing that you want them to say, maybe you're waiting for them to say it and they don't say it, maybe you say something abruptly and then they don't get it, they take it the wrong way. And so, but because Mercury is trining Neptune, there could be an opportunity with this going on where if you take the bigger perspective, if you look at not just balancing, because you know how to balance things from your perspective, right? But if you take the balance and look at the bigger picture of maybe step into your higher self and say, okay, maybe they weren't doing well today, they don't usually act this way, or you know what, that person's just not changed and I'm expecting them to be something that they're not, and I'm seeing that they're just not, and so I'm going to make the choice to let this go. Like something with the bigger perspective, that's Neptune and Mercury, and for you to actually say it and do it, because there's a message, there's a processing, this is a big opportunity for you to move forward. Does that make sense? So then on the 24th, we have this full moon in Taurus. And again, this is going to be in your 8th house. So this is going to be in your 8th house of shared resources. So the full moon is letting go of what no longer serves you. Maybe many, like, I won't say many, like I'm going to give you a scenario. Maybe you've been dealing with a separation or a divorce, or maybe you've been dealing with a family inheritance or something, and maybe you've been so adamant about this is the way it's going to be, and this is how it's going to do, and then it's just gotten caught up in the court system. This is a scenario that I'm seeing, and then maybe by this full moon you let go of, because maybe there's a lot of anger behind this, maybe there's a lot of guilt behind this, maybe there's a lot of something behind this, and you've just put your foot down about something and didn't want to hear anybody else's opinion about it. And maybe now when you get this full moon, you release that and you let that go, and you say, you know what, we can both get what we want if we, do this, and maybe I'm willing to adjust a little, and something like that could happen in this full moon, where you let go of what no longer serves you, but it is in this area of shared resources. And so something is going to come to light so that you get some clarity in an area that you hadn't seen before in this particular area of your life. That makes sense? So again, I'll have the full moon and new moon. I mean, I had the new moon video. I'll have the full moon video coming up. And so that Taurus always wants to know, like, what do I need to let go of, or what do I need to let go of to make me feel comfortable, right? And so that's kind of what you're doing with this full moon. Now, on the 29th or 30th, depending on where you live in the world, 29th, 30th, some of you it's going to be the 28th, some of you it's going to be the 31st. It kind of depends. Those 2 days or those 3 days, you have this grand trine. And you guys know grand trine to me is a divinely guided gift. Now, this is a grand water trine. And it has Mercury, Jupiter involved in Scorpio with this Chiron in Pisces and this North Node in, I'm sorry, not the North Node, it's going to have the moon. Yeah. So, and this moon in Cancer. Okay, so it's the North, I keep saying North Node, I'm so sorry. So it's the moon, it's Jupiter and Mercury, so there's a message of helping you expand this place of making more money, of valuing yourself more, but there's this old wound that's coming up, right? This old wound that you're going to have to release to understand, and this is on an emotional level. So this grand trine comes to bring you emotional fulfillment, right? And again, it's your choice. You always have a choice. Am I going to let that go? Am I going to look at the bigger perspective for everybody and not just my agenda? But kind of see where people do things for their own reason. You know, that kind of, this healing could be going on to emotionally fulfill you. And that's going to kind of end October. Now, I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I will be putting out November's in this next week. And we'll go more in depth. We got a lot of new stuff coming. So let's talk about, let me shuffle these cards very quickly. I'd already shuffled them before, but I'll shuffle them again. And I know you guys can't see them, but I'll explain them to you. Cutting the cards right now. I also have the pick a card that I did for the last 2 weeks of October. So I'll have that at the end of the video if you guys want to go choose the tarot. Okay, so what's going on now? You have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this is you. I feel like you're more centered. I feel like you're more stable. I feel like financially things are going better. I do feel like some of you are in a charitable mood. But I feel like something has been grounded in the thing that you've worked hard for some of you. Okay. I don't feel like, some of you, I feel like this is your partner, but I feel because of that you feel better. Like maybe they got the position or they got the job, but mostly this is you guys. But for some of you, it could be that they got something that made you very stable, that made you very financially secure, okay? And so from Spirit, we have the Devil card. So the Devil card is about, to me, about addiction, about indulgence, and so their advice with this card is to more about living in the now, more about enjoying yourself, more about enjoying the process, and not, they know that you've been through a lot, and not feeling like, we can get so overwhelmed and so focused, especially Libras can get so focused on something that they forget to enjoy what they've created, or they forget to enjoy their accomplishments, right? And so their advice is just to relax. Their advice is to enjoy your now, to enjoy the moments, to really see if you have a past love that comes back. Know that they're coming back for a reason. It doesn't mean that they have to stay, but maybe it is that they want to, that it's time to close this out and for you to get some closure and for you to feel better. Like, just enjoy the now. Don't overanalyze and don't overthink it, right? And so the third card is the Seven of Cups. So I do feel like some of you do have somebody coming in to start something new. But I feel like you have more than one person that could be coming, because the Seven of Cups is opportunities for me. So wherever you're focused at, a lot of you are focused in different areas, but if your focus is in love, you have opportunities in love. If your focus is in your work, like if your work is your love or your new business is your love, then you have opportunities opening up to you. It's about enjoying your now. It's about relaxing and enjoying the process of what's going on. And that's, you've got things coming to you. You've got people that want to help you. You've got, you've got people that want to help you. You have money that wants to come in. You have stuff. And you have emotional bonding that wants to happen. But it can't if you're constantly overthinking and overanalyzing and so worried about, am I going to lose this? Am I going to lose that? You have to learn to just trust you. You have to learn to trust the process, right? So that's all I'll say about that. Thank you so very much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I love you, love you, love you. Bye.